We're talking about Declan Rice. You were going to say one other thing before we go to the phone lines.
So one thing I think Declan has got to improve on, and I just think add to his game, the best central midfielders, holding central midfielders, they're cynical. They're nasty. They have got a side to them which is slightly unpredictable. I think so. And I can name them all. Obviously, if you go back to Keno, if you even go back to Sui when he played there, I played with Jimmy Case at Southampton and Jimmy was a wide player at Liverpool in his heyday, and then he stepped inside. My goodness, you did not want to go toe to toe with Jimmy. No, absolutely not in the middle of the field. And I think the best players, I think a Fernandinho knows when to make the foul, knows how to make the foul and get away with it repeatedly. Casemiro isn't the quickest hand. You will have seen that. United fans will have watched Casemiro right now and will be thinking, yep, he's a really good player. Of course, he's been round the block and back and is a winner, no doubt about that. Not the quickest, so therefore has to be very smart, the way he tackles, how he tackles, and it has to have quite a cynical kind of edge to that position, I think. At the moment, I don't really see that in Declan's game. And I think for Arsenal, if they're going to be on the front foot, if I see him at home on the halfway line or just in the opposing territory with the ball at his feet and he's got his fullbacks in advanced position in front of him and they lose the ball, you have to make a decision sometimes in that position. You have to either go and commit to the ball and knock people over, pick them up, get on with it, try and get away with it. And you also have to be a little bit nasty. I think people you're playing against have got to look at you. Do you know, in all the games that I played against some of those very best players in that position, you'd always find yourself in a dressing room before the game saying things like, be careful of him. Be careful of him today. When you're and that's what he needs to be. When you're up against just be careful of him because he might just leave a bit on you. And he's capable of doing that. And I think Declan has got all the brilliant football skills. I think he reads the game tremendously well. Physically, he's got great stature. He's a tall lad. I think he's got everything going. I think if he can develop now that kind of ruthless, nasty streak for that position, and you can't keep stepping over the line repeatedly, but the best players, the best people in those positions, they seem to be able to get away with it. They don't get that red card first time they do it, and I think that's something that he can develop. And if he adds that to his game, Arsenal have got some player.
Let's speak to Mark, the Arsenal fan. He's called us on 03717 223344. Mark, good afternoon.
How you doing, boys? All okay?
Hello, Mark. Thank you for asking. Are you well today?
Yeah, absolutely. Really getting excited because I've been waiting for this Declan Rice transfer to get sorted, get over the line. And you know what it's like with Arsenal fans. We have this every year and it drags on to the last day of the transfer market. So looks like it should be done and dusted by Friday, I'm told. So let's hope so. And I personally, so excited to have Declan Rice in that team. Just listen to Andy there about this ruthless side. I agree, but at the same time, Arsenal are more of a classy side. And we've seen it with Granit Xhaka, the amount of times he's got that ruthless streak. And
no, he's just slow, Mark. He's been slow. Granit Xhaka's problem, I think, Mark, he's just been a little bit short of a yard of pace. Declan Rice isn't that. He's not that at all. Players that are short of pace in the middle of the park. Jorginho can't run, couldn't really run. And when he was in a Chelsea shirt, used to try and foul and hit people, knock them over. He had to do it, otherwise they'd be gone past him. Declan's not got to do that. He's got the legs. I just think he's got to pick those right moments to break the game up, stop the game, be ruthless and have that kind of edge, that little nasty edge that the very best have got.
Okay.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.